Hello riders, it's Josh from CycleHunters.com. Today, this is a real special bike. This is a 2014 MV Agusta F3 800 EAS. This is a stunning, stunning machine. Unbelievably beautiful. So let's get started on this one. If you are somewhat of a motorcycle connoisseur, or someone that has kind of followed the history of bikes a little bit, then you'll possibly know this bike to some degree. Now, kind of has to go all the way back to the early 90s when a designer for Ducati named Massimo Tamburini designed the Ducati 916, which then became the 996, then the 998. After those bikes, Massimo Tamburini went to a company called MV Agusta, and he designed an F4. Since then, all of their superbikes kind of came from that bike. The headlight, the scoops, just the profile, everything about it. The exhaust that is on the F4 goes up underneath the tail. They called them the organ pipes back in the day. Well, these are a different take on those, and that is gorgeous to begin with. Now, this bike is pretty much all stock except for a couple little things like the rear signals on it. There are a couple blemishes here and there, so we will get right into that. But just the overall package, just to look at this thing with the single-sided swing arm, it is a beautiful, beautiful, spectacular bike just to look at. Not to mention, you can turn this thing on and go ride it. You may put it in your living room. I understand that. Now, this also has the ABS. And like I said, we'll get into some things. This bike does have a couple little scratches, some scuffs. There's one. Just some tiny little things here and there. But, you know, it's ridden. And that's really what you want. There's this on the tank right there. Little chip. Little scuff right there. Couple tiny ones up there. Little one there. Little rash on the seat. Little one right there. That's pretty much what I've seen though. A lot of meat on these tires, being that they're brand new. Some carbon fiber bits. Yeah. Right there's a little bit of a crack in the fairing. You can see with the Brembos here. Again, really, really gorgeous machine. Oh man, we're talking totally cool. So the MV Agusta is a 798cc triple cylinder. So if you're familiar with the Triumphs, you'll know that those bikes are also triples. So they kind of have that little bit of a whine sound to it. This revs at 13,500. They claim 148 brake horsepower at 13. It's a 380-pound bike, so not too heavy. But this also boasts ride modes and some electronic wizardry, which we will get into here. Now, as you see, your signaling is with a button. Or no, I'm sorry. This is your high beam, low beam. Here's your turn signal indicator. Over here is your selector for your settings in the electronics package. Over here, it is your it says your mapping. This is on off obviously, and then your servo controlled throttle. So it has a throttle position sensor. And in the mode, the throttle position, basically you can have a soft throttle, a harder throttle. You can get into this pretty crazy for the mapping. The rider modes are all there that you're able to do some things to kind of tailor make the riding experience specifically for you and how you like the bike to feel. So engine braking, your rev limiter, your throttle sensitivity, and your traction control, it's all controlled right here in the bike. Which, again, there's a ton of stuff online that you can go to see to check out just how all that stuff is accomplished. And it is pretty cool that, you know, today's bikes, they have all this stuff so that because the power and the weight, the light, really, I mean, they are very potent machines. So all that stuff has to be controlled by the electronics packages. So you can see the traction control up here, your digital tach, your gear indicator. It tells you about your engine mapping, your speedometer, which is digital, obviously. And this bike's got 8,690 miles on it, so not a whole lot. You have a temperature gauge over here. You also have, you know, obviously your lights, your neutral, your ABS light, oil light. So all that stuff is centrally located right here in your little dash. Again, you can go through all this stuff and toggle the settings, the lap times. I mean, you can get pretty crazy. Quick shifter. Yeah. Today's bikes are extremely potent. So if you are a track-minded person, this is a very cool bike for all that. But again, if you're not and you are just maybe even a casual rider, even those modes, the rider modes, those things can come in handy, because if you wind up encountering rain, any of that kind of stuff, you know, you can, again, sort of set this bike up so that you can be prepared for conditions. And, you know, you're not going to do too much on the throttle, crank it too much. There's a lot to be said about the traction control today, and the ABS braking as well on these super bikes. Super sports, this is kind of in between. I don't really know what you want to call it at that point, but you know, a lot of people like the fact that the 800 has that little bit more oomph than maybe the 600s, but not quite as much of oomph as a 1000. Let's see here. So turn signals, your left front is nice and high up on the your mirror. Your left rear, this is going to be right rear, and up high on the right stalk. Really cool. So very visible. Just look at that tail. Look how sleek that is, like a wasp. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. I mean, it's MV Agusta. It's Italian. Of course it's going to be beautiful. Here's your brake light for your foot. It's your foot switch. And that's hand. All right. So, little carbon fiber pieces. Right there, your hugger. The tank protector. Little tidbits like that go a long way. And you can just sit there and kind of look at this bike and kind of be in awe. So if you got a nice place in your living room, this might be where it goes. All right, so let's go here. I may have to pull the clutch on this one. And I did. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. Makes me just want to take it out for a rip right now. That's a stunning, stunning looking machine. It sounds awesome too, for a stock bike. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Woo! That's so good. That is so good. Yeah, you know, the thing about these Italian bikes, there is a bit of that artistic quality going on, and that doesn't just stop at the looks. It also is extended into the sound. That is an emotional thing, especially with these bikes. Motorcycle people, you guys all know there are certain bikes you like, certain bikes maybe you don't. They're all two wheels and a motor when you get down to it, so they can either be extremely beautiful like this or maybe not. It just really comes down to your taste and your eye, but I can't believe anybody looking at this bike wouldn't say the same thing, because it is compact. It is just gorgeous. Beautiful. Such a cool bike. I mean, you go to a bike, like, look at this. With the way that this is made, these little holes in here, you know, from what you're seeing now on Le Mans style cars, they're opening up the top of the wheel well to let air pressure out. So they're finding all kinds of new ways to accomplish aerodynamics, to make things faster and more potent on the track. And MV Agusta is definitely in that realm of things. You can see the quick shifter right there. How cool is that? Bang through your gears, right? My goodness. Well, now every one of our bikes gets a 48-point checklist. Here's our battery tender for the MV. So oil and filter, that's basic stuff that we're going over. We're really trying to make sure that when you get it, it's as nice as we can possibly put it out for. It is just a beautiful bike to begin with, but we want to try to take it to that next level. So mechanically, we go through it. Oil filters, basic stuff, checking the charging system, all your fluids, anything that we can do to make sure that this bike is as close to as we can make it to 100%. That's what we do. So that when you get it, you're just thumbing the starter, you're going to ride, you're just enjoying your day. This is cool, these breakaways, so if something were to happen, they pop up. Just little things like that. Yeah, I mean, again, you could sit this in your living room, and this is an art piece without question. Gorgeous. Remember to hit like and subscribe, ding that notification bell for updated content. So if you're digging this 2014 MV Agusta F3 800 EAS, give us a call, 717-273-1809. Now, we have a full list of inventory that you can check what our current inventory is on our website, which is www.cyclehunters.com. You can email us at cyclehunters@gmail.com. We have some financing options available. We can ship bikes, deliver them some cases. We have aftermarket warranties available. It really comes down to whatever it is that we need to do to really try to help accommodate you so that we can have one of these gorgeous machines in your garage, so that when you get ready to go ride, you open up the door and something like that staring at you, it's just making you happy. And you know, and that's what this is all about. We are riders taking care of riders here at Cycle Hunters, so we're really trying, like I said, to put our best foot forward with every machine. Look how cool that is. Like these little things, just little things. So give us a call, like and subscribe. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I always look forward to the comments. I really try to read them all and respond to you. A lot of you guys tell me about the bikes that you had through the years, or, you know, some of the bikes that I've posted. You tell me about which one that you had or maybe still have. That's awesome stuff. I love seeing that stuff. It's really cool because, you know, as a bike community, everybody has their taste. They're all two wheels and a motor. So look out for each other. Everybody give each other a happy wave. And from our end, until the next bike, happy riding.